All right, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. The trip to Italy is fast approaching. I'm going to be playing in the Four Seasons tournament. I will be playing 2 tournaments of Vintage. One will be team trios, so Vintage, Modern, Legacy, and the other will be Paper Proxy Vintage. I'll also be playing a Legacy tournament on the Sunday. I'm just starting to test for a bunch of different variations of decks that I will play. The cards I own, I don't want to proxy too much. I just want to proxy my power mostly. That way I don't have to take it across an ocean. But I'm probably going to play a deck that I find interesting and powerful. So I'm likely going to play PO, or I'm going to play Oath, or I'm going to play some combination of PO and Oath. And so that's what we're testing tonight. I played this deck through a league today. I was 1 Ragavan hit away from a 5-0. But unfortunately, I had a pesky monkey steal my second Atraxa and thus beat me on the 2% attack. So powerful first test league. Basically, just choosing to use my flex slots in PO to play some Oath of Druids to help shore up difficult matchups. Things like Bazaar of Baghdad. But as you can see, like this entirety of this deck from here over is pretty much a normal PO list. The only thing I'm doing different in this iteration is I'm going to play 2 opals instead of 3 opals. I've been really not happy with 3 opals recently. So we're on a 14th land and 1 less opal. This list does play 1 less Sensei's Top. I don't think I need 2 Sensei's Tops, but for the most part, a normal PO list with just an 8-card flex package using Oath, Atraxa, Oko, and Memory's Journey. I like playing Memory's Journey and Yawgmoth Will inside of my Oath package as an alternate win condition by milling over my yard and then Yawg willing back key parts of it. So PO Oath is not some kind of new fancy idea, but it's not a deck that is played too much anymore. A deck, Honorog used to play it a lot. A couple other, Shirkan used to play it sometimes. But the only player playing it recently is Mad Max, who actually, I think, played it at a recent Four Seasons event in the last Paper Vintage event over at Four Seasons. I believe they played it to like maybe a top 4 finish or something similar. So, yeah, we're going to play this tonight. We have a sideboard that is, heavy on anti-graveyard stuff, but it also has some dismembers for mono white, and it also has like a pretty hefty 3-card package for Jewel Shops in Mindbreak Trap, Negation, and Karn. So yeah, let's do it. We're already in round 1. We got to get going here. So see you in round 1. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Yeah, paper meta doesn't differ too much from Magic Online when there's proxies involved. Proxies allow people to play what they want to play. So yeah, this hand is totally fine. We're gonna do the keeping. I will probably hold open, fluster, and everything, but my opponent could be on like mono white or Bazaar here, which would be definitely annoying with my double Flusterstorm hand. I tried out Vintage a while ago and decided that any deck with Bazaar is unbeatable. Yeah, you have to, Bazaar is extremely strong, and you have to very specifically gear your deck to be able to beat it, especially in sideboarding. That's definitely not a unreasonable take, but currently I don't think there's a Bazaar deck in the top 5 performing decks. So something like that. Maybe top 4 performing decks. Yeah, so here comes mono white, and my hand is Fluster, which is really bad for me. Yeah, since mono white initiative, 1, 2, the highest performing deck Bazaar deck is actually Agrovine, and it's the 3rd best performing deck. So I was a little wrong there. But actually Countervine and Dredge have not been performing super well. Yeah, Fluster is really annoying because it just doesn't do the stuff I need it to do anymore. It does help protect my combo from Force of Will and Force of Negation, which I think is a good enough reason anyways to run it. But if it was a Spell Pierce here, it would be much stronger. But yeah, I can't ever see running more than 2 Flusterstorms right now, so I'm gonna let my opponent cavern kill something here. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this Brainstorm. I'm gonna probably just looking for like an Oath and a fetch land. Hopefully I can put away some of these Flusterstorms, but it's gonna cost too much mana to cast this Brainstorm later. I guess if I whiff on a land here, it's super bad for me because I won't even be able to cast Merchant Scroll, but yeah, the clear best performing aggro deck since Mono White Initiative is Agrovine, the Collector Roof one. Okay, well, here is a nice use of my Flusterstorm. Hope it doesn't mean I'm getting strip mined. No, just Wasteland. That's so good for me because that means I get to get rid of the Flusterstorm and Merchant for Ancestral and cast Ancestral. Pearl. Pass. Okay, I mean, we have a PO ready. The problem is currently if my opponent plays like an Archon or something, we have to probably find another Force. We also don't have a green source right now for an Oath. My deck is... So one of the things that is a problem with this build is that instead of playing things like Dress Down, which are so good against Mono White, I have Oaths, which are also still good against Mono White, but I think Dress Down might just be better. Dress Down turning off multiple Hate Bears is just like one of my favorite parts about the real... or the Esper PO deck versus the Mono White matchup. That I don't care at all. So... yeah, you got it. Initiative creature, I couldn't care. The Seasoned Dungeoneer I care typically more about because the Seasoned Dungeoneer presents this like unblockable clock. But so they have a second Wasteland. Okay, so all we really want to do is spin this thing and see a Mox Opal or a Sapphire on top. Interesting. So we can take Force and get rid of the top and fetch and play an Oath. Doesn't really protect us against a Lauren. Doesn't really protect us against a... like a Caracas, maybe? Solitude is still problematic. The problem is, I do want all of these cards to varying degrees, but if I go something like Fetch, then I can't actually get a Force or the Oath with my PO, which are like the 2 cards I want to get with PO. But maybe I'm just supposed to go Fetch PO anyways, because it's, you know, 4 cards. I don't know. I am actually not sure if 4 random cards and getting my land wastelanded is better than just playing Oath here. If I hit... I mean, these are the cards I want to hit off my PO, right? All right. I'm not sure. I actually don't know the answer to this question. I'm leaning towards casting PO, which is a little awkward because I don't have a blue Mox, but I think that's what I'm leaning towards, and I could get punished for that pretty heavily. But 4 cards and Mox Opals are super strong here. Okay. Another PO. Didn't hit an Opal. So I can still hit an Opal off. Not exactly. Hit like a Lotus, though. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Ruby Sapphire. I mean, If they go seasoned Dungeoneer next turn, we're gonna just chain POs, so it's probably fine. But if they go Archon, then we have to go Oath, and I don't know if Oath is fast enough anymore. We get hit for 5, and then we get hit for 5 plus whatever they played. So there are problems. Yeah, They had Caracas. Wow. Okay, so I feel slightly better about the path I chose in this game. Caracas is not, a huge number in their deck, but it is a problem that I've seen, so I am really happy about the choice I made based on this play. So hopefully we can just PO and go infinite turns here. Should be pretty realistic considering we'll have enough mana to re-PO again with the Sapphire and the Ruby coming down. I feel very rewarded for the choices I made in this game. Does it make sense to PO again? I don't think so, because we could draw the Citadel at this point. I guess that could be fine, because we can just tinker for Vault Key. But I also don't want to tap my Academy yet. So I think the answer might just be PO for 4 without the Sensei's Top. Okay, I mean, this has got to be enough. We can tinker and vamp. Yeah. I mean, it might even, I guess it's deterministic, so there's, oh, don't want to use that. Okay. I think we got kind of lucky in this game, to be perfectly honest. Our opponent played Thalia. We spun and hit Force for it, and then they didn't have like an Archon or a Censor. All they had was an initiative creature, which is like the worst cards in their deck. We did... This Oath thing is just super concerning, because if Oathing is not good against the creature deck, then... Why are we oathing, man? That's what I'm worried about. But maybe Bizarre is enough reason that it's fine. Oh, all right. So we do have some dismembers in our board because the Archon style creatures and Hate Bears are problematic. We are going to bring in Negation and Trap on the draw for sure. And I'm going to probably bring in these claims for Null Rod. I kind of disagree. I think Oko is fine versus the creature parts of the deck. It's like less to do with the creatures and more to do with the Moxen, I think, but maybe that's saying the same thing. But like the Atraxa getting bounced by Caracas is just very, very annoying. So I am gonna still leave in Tinker. Have you? Sounds like a skill issue. Narset. I'm not gonna have enough blue cards here. Maybe I'll just keep a claim in. I don't think it sucks. I think it's totally fine. I've won tons and tons of games by just playing Oko against Mono White. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, this is not a keep. I don't think Oko's good against Mono White. I'm not gonna say Oko's good. It doesn't suck though. It's totally fine. Like, so the issue is a lot of the Oko decks So the problem is a lot of your Oko decks are trying to play fair Magic, which is the dumbest thing you could possibly do right now. If your Oko deck is doing unfair things, then the Okos get a lot better. So unfortunately, you can't keep this because your opponent can play a turn 1 Thalia or Archon or Censor, and then you can't play Magic. So we're going to mulligan this hand. That's a turn 1 win, right? Well, maybe the problem is not Oko. Maybe the problem is you're registering a deck that is trying to do fair Magic things. We're playing Vintage, Raphael. Come on now. All right, so my hand has 6 mana and 5 mana, 4 mana, 3 mana. Sorry, 6. Sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana, 5 mana, 4 mana, 3 mana, key, 1 mana, activate key. So I technically have Volt Key right here. No, like, Oko fulfills an extremely important role of turning off an Archon of Emeria. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this in any other way than I already have, so. So the problem with keeping this hand, I'm going to keep this hand. The problem is our turn 1 win is, like, disrupted by absolutely every card in their deck. All right, whatever, man. You do your thing. Be happy. Oko's bad or something. It's not, so. Like Oko is not any removal spell because it's also wins the game by itself. It saves you life total. Turns on Oath of Druids. Like, I don't know. All right. So the problem is if I put back Trap, I no longer have Trap, but this hand is pretty broken, so I think it's fine. I'm just gonna do it. I can't believe I'm explaining to people how Oko works. Yeah, in your bug deck, in your 4-color Walkers deck, I don't think Oko is good right now against mono white. But that's more because of your 4-color Walkers and your bug decks than because of Oko. All right, let's see what happens. Opponent did mold a 5 here, so I'm assuming they have turn 1 Thalia. Okay. Well, that's a pretty convincing play as well. Cool. All right, Oath of the Druids earned its keep. We'll take those. Okay, here we go. Round 2. We're up against Dean. Let's see what they have for us today. I've got... Man... I'm not really sure this is good. Like, it's already a mold of 6 because we have the Journey. And we don't have a Force to pitch it to. And our Time Vault doesn't do anything. And our Oath of Druid doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess it depends on what deck Dean is on. But Dean is usually on a combo deck, from what I remember. I'm just not convinced this is good for me. If they are on a deck that Oath of Druids is good, it is very good, so. All right, I'm willing to give it a try, but I could definitely see putting this hand back. I don't think it's broken. Like, there's like no decks that are forced to play creatures, right? Like all the decks that play creatures can just wait. Are we like leading on Time Vault here? Kind of think so. Imagine I just get Vigored. That'll be fun. No, they got nothing. All right, see what you got. I guess if they play shops or something, it's quite good, right? If it's shops or Bazaar. But the problem with Bazaar is they can just wait until they have Vigor. So it's like really only good against shops and mono white, dredge. Even mono white could technically wait. It's pretty hard to pass up Black Lotus Oath of Druids, though. So I understand. I just am skeptical. Emerald. Sapphire. That doesn't tell us anything. Uh-oh. That's a Horizon Canopy. What does that mean? It's a green-white Wessel deck? Green-white Wessel deck does not care about Oath of Druids. Don't they play like 4 Outland Liberators? Hold on. Let's go look at green-white Wessel deck real quick. Green-white Wessel deck. 4 Outland Liberators in the main. 4 Force of Vigors in the main. Yeah. I mean, Oath of Druids is good against them because they are a creature deck, but it also is... Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe they have Vigor. They could have Vigor. They could not have Vigor. Why do you... Wait. Damn. I'm trying to test this deck and I just high roll like the highest possibles every time. All right, so my opponent is on green-white Wessel, which I actually think is probably not a great matchup if I had to, I guess. Like, my opponent has 4 Vigor, 4 Outland Liberator, 4 Collector Roof, Beseiju, Thalia, 4 Thalia, 4 Archon. This matchup looks atrocious. Man, do I keep in Flusterstorm for... Do I keep in Flusterstorm? I feel like I do. I feel like I keep in Flusterstorm for Vigor here. Huh. It's kind of gross. Take out Narset for Needle. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, what do we got? We've got Oath, Dismember, sure. Pretty good Mold 6. Uh-oh, Archon of Emeria. Oh no. The truly busted mono white initiative card. Though if they're thinking about it, that means it's probably Outland Liberator? Oh, it's Thalia. Okay. Do I have enough life to probe? Probably. Stoneforge Mystic. All right. Well, I feel like I'm currently winning, so I guess they could have Containment Priest. But I have Dismember, so Cauldra is 2, 7, 6. Sorry, 6, 2, 7, 9. Noble Hierarch. That doesn't matter. I feel like my opponent drew all the bad cards. I mean, so far this Oath of the Druids has looked okay. So we flipped over 30 cards. Time Walk. No Time Walk. So we can hit Time Walk off this Atraxa still. No, we can still hit Yogwill off the Atraxa. Not that Yogwill is amazing in Thalia, but we do have Dismember and go to 1 if we want. Just looking for Time Walk. Time Walk probably just wins on the spot. No Time Walk. This is a random order. Okay. So this is not exactly good for us. Yogwill is not in the sideboard. I didn't take Yogwill out. This is pretty bad for us, actually, all things considered. Yogwill is in the side. What are you talking about? Why is Yogwill in my sideboard? What happened? Huh. I don't remember putting Yogwill in my sideboard, but that's going to make this quite difficult, actually. Oh, I just clicked the wrong card? That's unfortunate. Well, maybe I'll hit Time Walk still. First Strike, Death Touch. Am I still allowed to dismember here, or is that illegal? Let's go to 1. It's illegal. I'm probably gonna have to kill this germ. But they know I took Dismember, so maybe I shouldn't have taken Dismember. I should have taken Force of Will. I actually think I made a mistake. I should have taken Force of Will instead of Dismember, so I could use the other Dismember and bait them into attacking. And then I could force a follow-up play. Yeah, I mean, I think I played this game really badly then. I was like, oh, I definitely want to have Dismember, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Because now they won't all-out attack, right? They'll just attack with Cauldra, which I guess is still fine, but... Like, if I don't show them Dismember, I take Force of Will. I guess I revealed Dismember, though, so they should know I have a Dismember. Not necessarily. I do think that giving them a 1/1 to save a life is fine. I still think I'm supposed to take Force of Will, though. Sure. I guess they get to be re-equipping, huh? It's kind of fun. I mean, I know that I have a Time Walk in my top, what, like 7 cards or something? Like 10 cards, maybe? It's still fine, even if they can do this, because we can still trade an Atraxa and get a new Atraxa. And we also have, like, Ancestral Walk coming up, so... I think it's just fine. It actually is extremely bad that I didn't remove, that the Narset is in my deck instead of Yogwill. I guess we would have our Yogwill in our yard, though. So we would still have had to, like, Memory's Journey the Yogwill back. But... did I misclick? Or did I, like, get bugged out or something? I probably just misclicked. They're not going to re-equip right now? Why? Do they draw Vigor or something, maybe? No, we're not trying to extract maximum value. Atraxa won't trade. It won't trade, but it will still lifelink. And I can just get another one, and it's fine, right? Like, 7 life is enough. It won't ever deal damage? Why wouldn't it? It has first... Oh, I don't have first strike. Oh, I just assumed I had first strike. Okay, you're right. That would be bad. Well, I don't think we even need to block it, though, because we're going to go to 1,000,000 life, right? But they didn't equip, so now my second Dismember is just completely nuts, so it doesn't really matter, right? They kind of needed to equip right then and there. Yo, what's up, Jarvis? Hope you had a good stream. So, Underground Sea, Tropical. So there is still an island in my deck if I want to. Pretty sure I just want to start by Ancestraling, though, because I just want to hit Time Walk, right? I don't want to shuffle the cards that are on the bottom of my library. I didn't hit Time Walk. I could still hit Time Walk on Ponder. Am I guaranteed to hit Time Walk on Ponder? It's got to be pretty close at this point, right? I'm not missing this Time Walk, am I? Got to be pretty close. So I technically have top, right? So I can draw jet, tap. And is it my last card down now? Oh, I gotta do some math. I took how many cards off of... 1, 2, 3... 1 down to 1. If it is my last card, then I can fetch island and cast it. I really should have done the math, but at this point, I counted for Thalia. This costs 2. I have 3 float. I have 4 mana. This costs 2. Spin down to 1. Put it on top, and then I have... Oh, no, I am short. Mother... All right, I guess we're just doing another Dismember then. I fetch, then I... This doesn't actually help me, so I should have just shuffled. Well, I guess this does make a black mana. That probably could have been better. Wait, doesn't this just mean they can't equip this turn? Why would I do this? That's just much worse, right? Whatever. Yeah, I don't... Doesn't matter, right? Oh, they wanna take a hit and equip onto Atraxa? I see. Alright, then, I mean, we don't need to do anything then, right? Nothing really matters. I guess I should not have fetched. I should have... Well, I guess if I would have to have played top last turn. Second equipment doesn't matter either. These dismembers look really good. There's not even a good merchant scroll anymore. Even if I got a force, I can't even protect some of my dismember, so... I think I played this game pretty suboptimally. I'd have to go back and look at the exact sequencing, but... I'm just gonna attack and then play a top and pass. And then when they go to equip, I'll dismember. And then I'll vamp for Time Walk. I guess I technically could like do Manifold Key and Memory's Journey back. I guess I could technically go Time Vault and like Memory's Journey back a key or something, but it shouldn't matter anymore. I think like this is just fine. Like they're gonna make the play and then they're gonna die, right? There's just no, they have no counterplay, I would think, to that. I guess they theoretically could have some kind of, oh, they're just off it. Okay. Could I not time walk this turn? How would you like me to play? I mean, I guess I could dismember the Archon and then vamp. Yeah, I could. You're right. I could win this turn. True. True. I could dismember the Archon, and then I could vamp for Time Walk, and then I could play Sensei Stop and draw Time Walk and cast Time Walk for lethal. So yeah, I probably should do that play. I just think there's like actual no way that they're doing anything that matters. So I was just like, I have a lethal line. I don't need to think about it. So, but yeah, that play does seem better. I can just go dismember, vamp, Time Walk, top, draw Time Walk, lethal. I mean, my opponent's deck has less ways to deal with an Atraxa in play because my opponent is playing more ways to deal with an Oath of Druids, right? So, like, they have Force of Vigor and Outland Liberator and that kind of thing instead of playing things like Solitude and stuff. I guess they technically could have Palace Jailer, in which case I would be at 17, dismembering this. New Atraxa, it's still probably fine. So, but yeah, like I said, I think I really dislike the way I play the ending portion of that game. But the one thing I really wanted is the Yogg-Will. So, okay, here we go. Round 3 of our prelim. Currently 2-0. We're playing against Sean. Sean is testing a deck that is similar to this. Obviously, there's been some changes since the last time they played it, but it is a crop rotation control deck, I guess is what I would call it. It's trying to use like a ton of pitch counters and traps and stuff to beat a Jewel metagame, and then utilizing crop rotation and Saga and Tolarian Academy as some kind of like controlling shell. It identifies that one of Saga's biggest weaknesses is Wasteland, and crop rotation is quite good against Wasteland. Also, obviously, it's still on Oath Atraxa as well. So this won't be exactly the list that they're playing, but it will be this idea. So we'll see what we can do in the control mirror, or the Oath mirror. I do have a Forbidden Orchard, which is quite good in the Oath mirror, and I have forces and stuff, so definitely a keep. Also, Fluster Storm should be quite good against my opponent. Oh, library. Oh, the opening hand library. This is a Brian Kelly play. So, what do I want to do? I have so many options. I think I want to see what's in their hand. I'm pretty much guaranteed for my Ancestral to resolve on their upkeep because my opponent is going to want to activate Library, right? But we should make sure, I think. What? This is the world we're living in? That's a keep? I mean, like, this is what happens when you got Saga on your brain. Actually, the problem is, I don't actually think I'm gonna be able. I'll win an Oath of Druids war because my opponent has Orchard and Wasteland. So what I have to do is probably just look for a PO kill. I think the answer is gonna be upkeep with an island. Those draws are not good. Those draws are not good. Those are really bad draws. All right, we need to draw like Mana Crypt, some Moxen or something. Try to vamp for Tinker. Come on. So if I go Orchard, they're forced to go Orchard, and then they'll go Wasteland. And then I can vamp for... I mean, I could just vamp for like another Orchard or something, right? Well, I don't have a Tinker, right? I need to vamp for Tinker. So how am I vamping for Lotus? I was gonna vamp for Tinker if I drew some Moxen, but I haven't drawn any Moxen. I could vamp for another Orchard though, right? And that gets me there. I think that gets me there. Or Oath go. They have to go Oath. They have to go Orchard go. I vamp for an Orchard. I have 2. They have 1. I play it. I have 3. I'm pretty sure Vamp Orchard can get me there. And I'm not really sure what else is getting me there, so... Right, that's exactly what I'm saying, is they can't Wasteland me, because right now I will trigger an Oath of Druids. This doesn't ever feel like a game where an Oko is a big deal. Yeah. And they have to activate it now. So they should probably just activate their library first and then go like Jet Orchard or something. Though they can't really wait to like maybe get a Saga token because of the Oath in play. Man, I hate Oath Mirrors. They're gonna wait? Or maybe they're just getting an attack first. The no land, no Mox recall. Okay, yeah, they have to make a thing. Yeah. They should activate, look for a counter spell, probably. Like a mental misstep. Oh no, they're not playing mental misstep, so we're safe. Unless they put it back in their list. They were telling me they didn't like mental misstep in the current metagame. But we have enough counter spells that we should be in a good spot. I mean, Orchard is my only real line now, right? I think so. I guess they could have something off this Saga, but... They could have drawn another Orchard, is another problem that could happen. Well, they didn't cast the Mox because they had 7 cards on their turn. They wanted to maybe wait. I'm not sure. Well, they're not going to Wasteland, right? I guess they could technically Wasteland. I can't imagine they would Wasteland here, though. Like, what does that do? Vault Key? Interesting. So there aren't that many cards in their deck that they can search for, so... They drew second Orchard! Oh, no. Oh no, things are bad. Things are real bad. And they drew. All right. Wow, we are getting crushed. Library of Alexandria, powerful magic card, huh? I guess you can just keep library, no cards that matter, and you can still win. Brutal. So I need to spin into a third orchard, I guess. That's so bad for me. Excuse me. Time walk, sure. I guess I have 3 hits. I have demonic as well, 4 hits. Tinker, 5 hits. They still have 4 unknowns because they've just had an infinitely large hand. Does having more spirits in play help or hurt me? I guess I am at 13 life, so it's fine. Didn't find it. Our set is so bad on this board. It's crazy. I guess I can PO my Oath back up. So I can go Mana Vault, draw with top, and PO my Oath back up. I mean, I'm going to lose this game to Library of Alexandria that way, but... No, I don't think I'm supposed to go Narset here. I don't think that is what I want to do. Things are so bad. I just don't think... I think I have to give up on this Oath plan. The problem is, like, my opponent has, like, infinite counter spells in their deck, so it's going to be really tough to keep going afterwards, but... No, I can't PO the spirits. They have a wasteland in their hand. Like, I can't win the orchard any game anymore, so... I want to do this now because my opponent, like, they're going to just start drawing with library. So if they want to, like, force this now, then... Yeah, then at least it gets them off of library for a turn. I think this is just a good use of my bluster, which is going to be problematic. So I know 3 of the 5 cards in their hand. They're off library for 1 turn. And they have a massive army of spirits. Yeah, I think I'm losing. I still think I'm losing. They can just go like Saga, right? They don't even have to get back on library. Just simply going Saga here looks pretty good. We have to, like, draw some of our powerful cards and do something like, you know, Yogwill PO kind of thing. It's not that complicated. Whoever has more orchards wins. The problem is I'm gonna beat down by my own spirits too. So maybe I have to replay this oath. Oh, we got a spell? What are these draws, though? Like, these draws have been so good. I think I'm going to give up on forcing my... They have one card left. We'll just go. Okay. So if I draw Time Walk, Pearl. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is gonna go Vault Narset, just with like the most mana possible, and then just I mean they don't have a force anymore, so they can have Trap, obviously, but fuck it, man. If they have Trap, they have Trap. I don't care anymore. Like the last card can be Trap, but they have like a bunch of traps in their main, but I don't think I can play around it, so. Tinker, 10 life. There's also... I don't have a mana currently, but I do have a top, 10 life. I feel like there might be something with Demonic, but... Okay, Lotus. Oath. I think we just cast Oath. Time. Yeah. That's fucked up. We put it in the deck to draw it, I guess. The Yogwill went in the yard. So I think the answer is what I can do here is I can go cast memories, cast tutor, hold priority, cast memories journey. Yeah. Cast tutor, hold priority, cast memories journey, target myself, put time vault, or just put Yogwill back in my deck. Yeah, just put Yogwill back in my deck. And then Mystical, Yogwill, Atraxa, Yogwill. Draw. Black Lotus. Yogwill. Time Vault. Lotus. Ruby. Soul Ring. Everything. Holy sh! I am very surprised we won that game. I mean, I think opponent's hand was pretty easy to beat if our ancestral draws the PO half of our deck, like the Moxen and stuff. But because our hand just drew all counters, the library was just nuts, right? All right, so I think we want Karn, and I think we want Needle. And Claims, I guess, because they're gonna bring in 4 Null Rods. And then I actually think Flusterstorm should be nuts in this matchup. I think we're just gonna take out as many Oaths as possible here. I'd usually take out 3 Oaths in the Oath Mirror because I do have tutors, so I can, I can technically find pieces easier than them. So 3 Oaths come out, and then maybe I don't need Karn. Yeah, maybe I don't need Karn. No, so I don't think I need multiple Okos, but it's really nice to have an Oko as a catch-all answer to different pieces of hate, and also it's a Planeswalker to find off Atraxa. So I think Oko is definitely a worthy inclusion at 1, but playing more than 1 in this build is not really necessary. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Oh, should I get rid of No, their crop rotation deck. I should not get rid of Misstep. I do need to be careful of crop rotation Bajuka Bog post board. Are the 4-color walkers actually good, or is DRS just good? I don't think either is super good. I don't think the 4-color walkers deck is very good, and I think Deathray Shaman is a little outpaced in the current format. I think our line was quite good, the Vamp line for Orchard, but they drew another Orchard, so there were problems, right? Force Demonic Vault. Yeah, this is a keep. So this is gonna be really tough because my opponent's gonna have 4 Null Rods, and they're gonna have 4 Vigors and 8,000 forces and everything. So it's gonna be hard, but I don't know. We're gonna just give it our best shot. Like their last list had 4 Force of Will, 3 Negation, 3 Mindbreak Trap, 2 Vigor, 4 Claim, 4 Null Rod. Like they just have only cards that are good against us. So we'll see what we can do. Oko is, yeah, it's just reasonable in Vintage, exactly. It's actually the perfect power level for Vintage. Best draws of Mox, probably. I think it is... Man, I don't know about casting this Time Vault. Casting this Time Vault makes Vigor on and also turns on Trap if we try to fight the Vigor, but it also turns on winning the game next turn, so... I guess technically next turn I could go Time Walk Demonic, and then I could go Key... no matter what, if I want to protect my spell, I have to have playing a Trap, right? So I'm going to play Time Vault out. All right, didn't have Vigor. That's good. That's actually going to help us a lot then, because then we can go Demonic Time Walk and then Key with Force Backup and not run in the Trap. Or, of course, my opponent could just go, like, land Null Rod with Force Backup as well. I did board in Claims, but we currently can't cast Claim. Something I'm wondering is this deck, should this deck play 1 Show and Tell? Or 1 Flash or something? Show and Tell is probably better because of Citadel. Like, you don't ever, it's not ever a huge issue because this always pitches to Force of Will, and it's very hard castable, but we are Oath of Druidsing into Atraxa, but this deck actually gets the mana to cast Atraxa fairly often. I think in my test league, I cast 4 Atraxas in 5 rounds. Hard cast. So, like, you have Black Lotus, they have no more lands. Huh. Am I crazy to skip a turn here? This feels like an opportunity where skipping a turn is actually good for us. I'm gonna try it. I think like it looks really optically, it looks really good. Like against Force of Vigor, Nature's Claim, like opponent not having a land drop. It just optically looks like a really good opportunity to skip a turn and get one in the bank. Especially when we're gonna pretty much be banking on trying to win with Vault Key. I'm not sure it was right, to be perfectly fair, but it seems like an opportunity where it could be. They did hit a land drop, though. It's a little unfortunate. Interesting. All right, we gotta think. We gotta do some serious thinking here. So, demonic for Fluster. Cast. Take an extra turn with my Time Vault. Vamp for Key. And then I have Force Fluster backup. Is that better than something like Yogwill? I don't know. I've never played a position like this in my life, so this is a whole new learning experience for me here. No, I think casting Time Walk is bad. I don't think I'm supposed to cast Time Walk here because I'd like to just leave open Fluster this entire time. Though I guess they can... Yeah. I think this is better. I could be wrong. They can play Vigor with Trap backup. Vigor with Trap backup. They play like 3 main deck traps and a bunch of Vigors and stuff. I'm still not sure this line that I took is better than like some kind of other redundancy, but What a weird game. This is like the kind of game that would have been played 10 years ago in Vintage. Like nothing that we've really done. I guess the Saga is like kind of the outlier, right? But for the most part, what we've done is played like a extreme counter war with Library of Alexandria and powered restricted cards. Like, this is not a normal game of Vintage, and it's really interesting. This is what the boomers say we've lost. God, if they have like a Beseiju, imagine how stupid I look. I didn't see any Beseijus in their list, but sure. When did I start playing Vintage? Well, I can tell you that I started streaming Vintage 5 years ago. It's almost the 5th anniversary of my first YouTube video. It's coming up in a couple months. And then I started playing Vintage 2 years before that. So I guess 7 years ago? Wow, what the? So they just put a Vigor on top. How do they draw this Vigor, though? Ancestral? Brainstorm. So we just let the Brainstorm resolve and then force the Vigor and fluster the last card and hope they don't have multiple pieces. Brainstorm up to 6 cards. Vigor plus force plus trap is, I guess, or it has to be trap or 1 trap. Vigor plus force plus 1 trap. Yeah, so this is right. We let this resolve, and then we force their Vigor, and then we Flusterstorm, and they have to have trap. I agree. They might Vigor right now so that they can trap. Let's go! We played that so fucking well. Oh, sorry about my language. I feel like that was one of the better games of Magic I've played. Oh, that was really nice. Wow. Let's go. Okay, here we are. We are the only 3-0 in this Vintage Preliminary event. We are paired into the Sandy Dog, who is probably playing Mono White Initiative or Oops All Spells or something in between those two. This hand contains really bad Magic cards, I think. Yeah, I think this one is worth shipping. Let's try to find something better. They did keep 7, though. Okay. Yeah. All right. What do you got for us? Oh, no, they have Chancellor? That's so bad for us. I think we're doomed. They have Chancellor here because we're waiting for a reveal. Yep. That's so bad for us. 7-card Chancellor hand? Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to hope that they don't have a Cavern, and then I'll throw 2 forces at it. I think I actually have to just greed for the I think I have to actually just greed for it. Well, I'm not gonna be able to play the Merchant Scroll because I'm gonna get my island murdered, so I guess we'll keep the Brainstorm. Good lord. Like, I actually think that, like, you could force the Lotus, but I think I just need to go for max greed because I don't think I can win it if I don't, so. Chancellor mocks, so they still are gonna play a 3-drop? It's crazy. All right. Man, this Brainstorm sucks. I guess I just cast it though, right? Huh. That could have been a lot worse. I guess I want to put the Mystical above the Oko, so. Well, we're never going to Mystical for Tinker. My opponent has an active Wasteland. Oh, God. How bad's the damage? What's the 3-drop? Which 3-drop? Oh, no 3-drop. We're just getting Wastelanded. Cool. Oh, come on, bro. Sandy, why are you so whitelisted? No, no way. That's so good. How do I win this game? I need to draw exactly Tropical right now, and then I need to draw Oath, and it might still be a turn too slow. Okay. We've been vanquished. Man, that was an incredible draw from the dog. All right, so we're going to bring in Dismember, and we're going to take out Fluster and Misstep, and we're going to bring in Negation and Claims, and we're going to take out Probe, Narset, and then do we keep in Trap? Do we bring in Trap too? I don't think so on the play. I think I want all my stuff on the play. Let's do this. Nope. No shot. This is a bait, but is this actually even good? I could bottom Brainstorm and go... No, I can't go Mystical Force if I do that. Force. I could bottom Brainstorm and go... You think this is great? Why? Explain your reasoning. There's no guarantee I can do what I want on the second turn of the game. It's 3 mana and do nothing with a demonic. Like it doesn't actually do anything. Like it's demonic and pray they have no answer to Oath, I guess. And maybe that's like good enough. It's possible that's good enough. I just think there are so many better hands in this, but well, I can't turn 1 Ancestral because I don't have double blue. Are you saying I could go search for Ancestral? But I do have to put a card back here. So I could search for Ancestral and then Demonic Oath if they do nothing. That doesn't seem very good. I don't think getting Ancestral is good here. I actually think it's not good. I think I am going to go Demonic Oath and just see if that's good. I definitely don't bottom a Mox. No. Wasteland and other various things. They mulled a 4. Archon is not that much of a beating, right? Because we have 3 mana. We play an Oath. I don't think Archon is too bad. I'm going to go Orchard, Mox, Demonic, Emerald, go. Or sorry, Emerald the other way. Oh, yeah. I can't go Ancestral here. I definitely can't go Ancestral here. What cards other than Lauren get me? Containment Priest? Oh, they're off it. Okay. They did mulligan to 4, so. All right, I'm going to bring in a trap. And I'm going to kick out... Ponder. So... Man, these have been some tough mulligan choices. I think it's a keep. I don't think it's an easy keep. I don't think it's an easy keep. They revealed a Chancellor. I can throw the Mox to the Chancellor, which is really, really nice. I'm aware I have the thing, but one thing... Oh, that is what we talked about. It's just not always good enough. I mean, I think we still jam. Yeah, they could also have Priest, but I mean, I don't have a choice anymore, right? This is what we have. We have to hope this one Atraxa triggers enough to get us through this game. And also, we can't have another Atraxa in our deck to do it again. So... Cleric. I mean... Anointed Peacekeeper? Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, whatever, sure. Kind of, but not exactly. There's like a lot of caveats. So I have a Yogwill and a Memories Journey, and I have infinite quotation marks turns. So I milled over a Time Walk and a Key and a bunch of Moxen. This looks pretty good for like Lotus Yogwill kind of hit. Well, the Brainstorm is currently at the bottom of our library, right? Or is that a different game? No, it's a different game. We drew Black Lotus. I mean, we have Lotus Citadel, right? So Black Lotus, Brainstorm as well. And Tinker and C. That was insane. That was just nuts. It was so good. We could even Brainstorm the Citadel and the Atraxa and then Tinker it. Yeah, we should take second oath too. Time Vault better than Tinker? No, the key is in our yard. Oh. I was thinking about putting the Citadel back and not having to pay full mana for it. But maybe we could just take the Time Vault. No, I think I like this more. It's kind of a huge whip, huh? That's not. I mean, how many lands are left in our deck, right? Do I want to respond and shuffle things back? Um, that's an interesting question. Because we have a lethal, almost pretty lethal Yogwill. The answer is probably just yes. I think we put everything Time Walk, Key, Vamp back in our deck. Oko. Yeah, we have Mystical Time Walk now. We also have Mystical Yogwill now, right? So I guess we don't have the Time Walk anymore. Oh, we don't even need it anymore. Okay, so I mean everything wins. I just cast Yogwill, hold priority. No, it doesn't matter do anything. Oh wait, I put everything back in my deck though, don't I? So don't I not have anything? I guess I need to. I guess if I cast. I'm thinking. I guess we just have PO as well. I'm just like seeing if there's like a mystical I can do, but there's really no mystical I can do in response. Oh wait, if I cast the Yogwill first, it's fine. I think I was thinking about the other way around. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I should probably fetch first. Do I have anything left to fetch? Basic Island. I'm not gonna PO here. Well, I don't get the Time Walk twice, I guess is what I was saying. Whatever. It doesn't matter what I do here. I was like trying to min-max it, but there's really no reason to min-max it because taking an extra turn is taking infinite extra turns, so it doesn't really matter. My opponent brings in Null Rod, so I have Nature's Claim. Man. Yeah, we just PO for as many cards that are in our deck, and then if we get one of the two pieces of Vault Key, we can tinker for the other half, and we just take infinite turns from here. It's pretty straightforward. Man. Well, I guess you could say testing is going well. Nice 4-0 vintage preliminary event. So what do we think about this deck, chat? What do we think about this deck? What does winning a prelim get you? I don't know, clout. Chests. So what do we, I mean, I just feel like we high rolled though. Like we drew like Time Vault and then drew Manifold Key and didn't really, I mean, Oath was good, but we also played against what? Mono white, green white, Oath Mirror. Like we played against 3 creature decks. And I guess that is why you want to play Oath. 3 creature decks. Mono white will be a thing. Yeah, I absolutely believe there will be mono white. I'm just like still not super convinced Atraxa is like the end all be all against mono white, but I mean, PO looked pretty good today. The card PO. Dismember was pretty good. Oath was pretty good. I can't really complain. I thought the Nature's Claims or the Dismembers looked good. Yeah, Archon. The mono white players cast no Archons. The green white player cast an Archon, but it was too late. I don't even think Archon of Cruelty is good against mono white either. I just actually think like unless you're playing Sarah's Emissaries, it's not amazing. Like the thing is, Atraxa in my deck is like better than just the life linking Vigilance deck touching because it can draw me wins. But like what's the best card I can possibly play with to beat an Archon in my deck? I guess I could play Dress Downs in this deck. Actually, it's an enchantment. Maybe we just play some Dress Down. How do I even fit a Dress Down in this deck, though? I mean, I have Dismembers in the board, Sean. I'm looking for a main deck card. Well, what I'm saying is I'm not always convinced that Oathing into Atraxa beats Mono White. We had multiple situations tonight where Oathing into Atraxa would not have beaten Mono White, which is why I'm like... And we played against it 3 times, right? So, or 2 times. So I'm like thinking, like, maybe it's just Dress Down... Dress Down is like pretty compelling because it doesn't take up the instant slot. So I think a Dress Down is compelling. I don't know how I can cut what I can cut for a Dress Down here realistically though. Like I've already trimmed in a lot of the places. Like maybe I could cut the second Flusterstorm from the main. Maybe I could cut an Opal. Maybe I could cut the 14th land. I mean, what is the 14th land even a cut? I guess it's a fetch land if I cut a land. I mean, I already took out the 3rd Opal. I don't want to shave POs because I'm trying to, like, at its core, my deck is still a PO deck, right? It's still a 52 card normal PO deck. It's just there's 8 flex slots dedicated to the Oath thing. Like, this is still 52 card PO. Yeah. I definitely don't want to play any more than 2 Flusters. But they do have their place at resolving Oath of Druids and PO. Yeah, we've definitely talked about Misstep possibly being a cut. It really depends on the decks I expect to see in Italy, right? It very much depends on which decks. Yeah, I mean, we can play Saga. I just don't really like Saga in this deck. If I wanted to play Saga, I'd want to play multiple Saga, and I just don't really see a way to fit it in, so... Maybe we could play cut Misstep for a Dress Down. That does help. Like, we are actually pretty good against the Misstep decks. Like, the decks where you want Misstep, our deck is already pretty decent against those, except for Pyroblast. But I guess Oath of Druids helps us against the Pyroblast decks. So I could do, like, Misstep. I mean, maybe you even Misstep board. I'm not sure if that's worth it, but it's something you can theoretically do. And we get a Dress Down, and that gives us at least some... I think that gives us some nice versatility, where... I guess this deck could also theoretically cut Merchant Scroll, right? It's just PO Force Fluster. Could theoretically cut Merchant Scroll in this deck. Four Seasons will be streaming, but I doubt they will be streaming the Vintage portion, unfortunately, because the main events are like 600 player Modern, 600 player Legacy, so. This is not the best Scroll deck. But we are a PO deck, exactly. So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I guess the question is like, do we want a mental misstep in the board? I don't really feel like I have room for a mental misstep in the board. I don't think so. I think it would just be no. I just think it would be none. Okay, so I mean I think that's like a pretty reasonable change though. This is something that makes the deck better. We didn't actually lose because of, you know, like Atraxa into nothing, but it's definitely possible. How much Doomsday? Well, you'll always have a blue slanted metagame in Europe, but the proxies make it so there are like reasonable amounts of other decks. So yeah, maybe the answer is Merchant Scroll instead of, I don't know. I'll have to think about it some more. Let me just put this mental misstep in the main, and then like, well, the problem is you never know who's gonna show up, right? Like Bart, not Bart. I don't think Bart came, but Max came one time, right? I don't know. It depends on who shows up. So I'm gonna leave 60. I guess I'm gonna leave this Merchant Scroll on the board, so it's an illegal deck, and I'll just come back to it at some point. But this testing went really well. The deck seemed like it was good. I definitely think I hit the higher end of variance, but I also played some pretty sweet lines, so it was good. I'm gonna do another stream on Wednesday night of testing. Maybe I'll play Esper PO, and then I will stream the challenge on my birthday on Saturday, and that will, and then maybe a Monday stream. So I might have a couple more streams. All of it's going to be testing leading up to Four Seasons, when I'll be taking a break from streaming the next Wednesday, and then next Wednesday, next Saturday, next Monday as I go to Italy for Four Seasons. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Free thing you can do. It makes me feel really good. Bigger number, better person. And then, of course, new vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the YouTube channel. I'll see you then.